in general, everyone would have a better relationship with money. Many Americans have a deep and frankly terrible relationship with money. And terrible in the sense that for a lot of people, thinking about money, handling money, etc., produces anxiety, stress, disappointment. Most Americans' experiences with money in general are very negative. Very negative in general. It's just very negative. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that is designed. You can stay in control by keeping a population anxious. And this is because the high time preference that money printing induces makes us feel anxious all the time about, I'm not making enough. I spent too much. Was I productive enough today to make more money? It's all about what you are producing given day to day in any day to get pieces of paper. You're taking your time, attention, creativity to get pieces of paper that they're inflating away. And because they're inflating the money away, you feel like you never have enough. It never stretches far enough. You can never pay the bill. You live paycheck to paycheck. It's not because most likely you are financially irresponsible. You could be financially irresponsible. It's more than likely because the US government, it's constantly inflating the currency by constantly printing more money. And all of that inflation induces anxiety, a perpetual sense of anxiety. A perpetual sense of anxiety. And so that's one way that I think things will be better on a Bitcoin standard. I think people will feel better day to day knowing that their hard-earned attention and savings aren't being diluted away. I'm kind of going. We're about to hit an hour. I think this is going to be very easy to edit too because I have not taken any breaks. There's like one part at the beginning I might have to edit, but this is a great video so far. Okay, second point that I think will come to fruition because of a world on a Bitcoin standard. The termination of money printing would also lead to deflation. And consequently, defaults on dollar-denominated debt structured for an inflationary world. So I think all of these debts, like I went through before in terms of the assets versus liabilities, are going to be defaulted on. All of these central banks are going to default on all of their loans. The Federal Reserve is going to default on the loan that they have. And the U.S. government is going to have a sovereign debt crisis. It is what it is. But on a Bitcoin standard, inflation would be deflationary. Why? Well, there's no more of the asset to go around. Once 21 million have been released, that's what's in the market. And because your monetary supply, your money supply, is not increasing over time, that means inflation, there won't be inflation, there will be deflation. Because your money will actually get more and more valuable. You'll be able to buy more things over time, not less things over time, like now on the US dollar. Next, we're going to eliminate the Cantillon effect. The Cantillon effect being, on a Bitcoin standard, the Cantillon effect is going to be gone. The Cantillon effect being that the people closest to the money printer have access to the money first, and they do with what they want with the money what they will. They do what they want. That's going to end on a Bitcoin standard. There's no money printer. You can't lie and cheat your way, do backdoor deals, do whatever other vastly wrong and immoral things to get closer to the money printer so that you can get the benefits of the money printer. That's not happening on a Bitcoin standard. There's no third-party issuer of Bitcoin. And that's where I think that oligarchy, as it is right now, is going to come to an end. Rampant oligarchy will end. Rampant oligarchy will 100% end on a Bitcoin standard. Yes, there's going to still be some large pockets of cartels and oligarchic-like assets or facets of the global economy. I think that is not really preventable because humans are communal, and on a certain level, certain humans, many types of humans, either doing good or bad things, are going to pull their Bitcoin together to do something. And in that, you can form an oligarchy. It's not going to be like oligarchies of today, because the oligarchies of today are fueled by money printing. So we could put all of our money together and form an oligarchy and then print even more money and then just get an insane amount of power. But an oligarchy on a Bitcoin standard, at some point you can't accrue more Bitcoin because the other people on the network will have Bitcoin also. So I think rampant oligarchy will be a thing of the past on a Bitcoin standard. Next, there's going to be way less war. There will be way less war on a Bitcoin standard, because how are you going to finance wars? So that means in the past, war was financed with gold. And so after a certain point, you had to stop fighting the war because either A, you're running out of gold, and what we said earlier, you're not physically giving your gold to somebody. So in that sense, you are over leveraged on the receipts on gold you're giving out to enact and sustain the war. On a Bitcoin standard, there's no over leverage or paper. No one's financing your war for 20 years. There's not going to be forever wars. On a Bitcoin standard, there would be less war in general, and the length and size of those wars would be severely decreased. Who's fighting a war for 20 years and I got to spend 20 years of Bitcoin fighting a war? Dog, yo, we could piece it up. I need to save this Bitcoin. Hell nah. I am not fighting a war with you for 20 years and we both spending our Bitcoin. But when we're spending our fiat currency, our little paper money for 20 years, oh, we can fight all day, because the only people that benefit from war are the people enacting the war. And so in a Bitcoin standard, there'd be less war in general. I think there would be way more community in general. Everyone's on the same network. Everyone can see everything that's happening on the public ledger. I think there would be more trust in the world. And lastly, I think humans would treat each other way better on a truly scarce money. Ironically, we treat each other very poorly on a very abundant fiat standard, but they tell you that fiat currency is scarce. It's a mind flip. On a Bitcoin standard, where money is actually scarce and people are treated like adults to handle their money in a way they see fit, rather than your money being arbitraged from you to use on things for really simply killing people, I think everyone would treat everyone way better on a Bitcoin standard. I think there would be more respect. And so that is today's show. I think it was a pretty good show. We went for an hour and 6 minutes. As I get more subscribers, I would definitely live stream this show. I'm vibing right now. I would love if I had a little chat going on the side. That would be kind of cool. I'm almost at 50 subscribers. So I'm going to do a 50 subscriber live stream. But when we start probably past 50 subscribers, Signals from Simulacra shows, they're going to be live because this is fun. And I think I get a really good show in when I prep, and I really like prepping for this stuff. It makes me have to go back over all the things that I'm talking about, and it makes me dive deeper into Bitcoin and the money printing system and everything that I'm very passionate about. So that is today's show, Signals from Simulacra with Bryson. I'm Bryson. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Next week's show, I don't want to give away next week's show yet because it's going to take a lot of prep. It's going to be fun. It's going to be about Bitcoin, but it's going to be a great show. So tune in next week for Signals from Simulacra. I hope you all enjoyed today's show. Remember to like, subscribe, send to your friends and family, and remember to keep buying Bitcoin, keep stacking your sats, and I appreciate all of you. I'm Bryson, and I'm out. See ya.